Hello, my name is Leah. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing an intermediate heat building hatha yoga flow. So follow along if you want to work up a little bit of a sweat, and we'll get started. Today we'll meet in mountain pose, standing with our feet about hips width distance apart, lifting up on your kneecaps, engaging your core, starting to just get present on the mat and letting go of all the other things that you might be thinking about, worrying about. Just notice if your mind starts drifting elsewhere, and then try and draw your attention back to the present moment, maybe some physical senses, things you might be able to see, to hear. Are there any noises where you are besides me and this video? What do you smell? What can you feel? How's the air temperature? What does the mat feel like underneath your feet? Or if you don't have a mat, what are you standing on? Just start to draw your awareness to all of these things if you feel like you're having trouble getting present. And now let's shift our attention to our breath. Inhale through your nose. Feel the air coming into your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs, expanding them all the way. And then exhale. Reverse the motion, feel the air leaving out through your nose. In our day-to-day lives, so much of our breath is passive. So take this time to make your breath active and really utilize the full capacity of your lungs. On your next inhale, arms reach all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers above your head. Chin stays high. Exhale, tip over to the left side. Keep your shoulders and your hips in line with the front of the room. Squeeze your legs together. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, tip over to the right side. Inhale back to center. One more time. Reach all the way up, tip over to the left side, exhaling into your fold. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the right. And then back to center. Drop your arms down. Give your wrists a little shake out. Do some rotations. And then when you're ready, inhale, arms reach all the way up overhead. This time, tipping backwards, dropping your head back for a back bend. Inhale, come back up to center. And then very slowly, arms reach down, tuck your chin under, roll yourself forward, fold. Pedal out your heels here in this forward fold. The first one of the class is usually fairly tight, so try not to have any judgment for how deep you can get into this fold. Plant your palms on the ground, drop your knees, and sit your hips back onto your heels for child's pose. Arms reaching out long. Inhale, come back up through tabletop. Tuck your toes back under and press all the way back up to stand for a forward fold. Hinging forward at the hips. You can grab opposite elbows here and just hang with the weight of your upper body, pulling you forward and deeper into the stretch. Maybe bring more weight into your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands forward all the way to a plank position, top of a push-up. Your back is flat, one long line. Your wrists are stacked under your shoulders, and we're gonna lower halfway to chaturanga. So bending at the elbows, shoulders and body are still hovering over the ground. Inhale, get ready. Exhale for chaturanga. So it's just toes and palms touching the mat. Shoulders are almost touching the mat, elbows are tucked in tight to the body. And then drop all the way down, untuck your toes. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes under, hips lead up and back for downward facing dog. Pedaling out your heels here. Inhale, right leg lifts up high behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your leg through. Step in between your hands, arms reach all the way up. High crescent lunge, all 10 toes facing the front of the mat. Inhale, and then exhale, spin your back foot out 45-degree angle. Warrior two, arms are out, reaching opposite directions, front and back of the mat. And you can take your gaze over your front fingertips. Full inhale here. Flip your right palm up to the sky, send your back hand down your back leg, exalt your warrior. And then inhale, come all the way back up to warrior two. One more deep breath. Cartwheel your arms to frame your front foot. Step your front foot back to meet your left and stay in this plank for one breath before we lower to chaturanga. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. And then tuck your toes under, hips lead up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches up high behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your leg through, step in between your palms. Everything rises up for high crescent lunge, left side. Arms stay lifted. On your next exhale, back foot spins out 45 degrees, warrior two. Taking your gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale, exhale, flip your left palm, exalt your warrior. Exhale, come all the way back up. Warrior two once again. When you're ready, cartwheel your arms to frame your front foot. Step your front foot back to meet your right and go through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes under. Press all the way back and up. Downward facing dog. Steady your breath. Find some relaxation in this pose. Lower your hips and come to plank. Step your left hand in the middle of your mat and roll on the outside of your left foot for side plank. Chest shining out to the right side. Exhale, lower your right hand. This time, step your right hand in the middle of your mat. Left hand lifts all the way up, rolling onto right side plank. Chest shines to the left. Replace your left hand on the mat. Walk your hands all the way back up to your feet at the back of the mat. And forward fold, just hanging here. You can grab opposite elbows and maybe gently rock side to side. With every breath, sinking a little deeper into the folds. On your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive back, forward fold. And then very slowly roll all the way back up to a stand for Tadasana, mountain pose. From here, inhale, arms reach all the way up overhead. Exhale, sit into chair. Chest stays lifted, shoulders stay low, away from ears. Sit an inch lower. And then come all the way to stand. Inhale, arms reach all the way up overhead. Dive forward, fold, and walk your palms midway through the mat to come to downward dog. Drop down on your forearms for dolphin. Feet are still in downward dog position. Take your gaze in between your elbows and feel the heat building in your shoulders. Maybe you walk your feet an inch higher, closer to your elbows. And if it's too much, just back off. Take a step back. Drop your knees down to the mat, cross your ankles behind you, and sit over on your hips. Legs are out long on the mat in front of you. Arms reach all the way up overhead. Fold forward, seated forward fold. Reach for the bottoms of your feet or your ankles or your shins or the mat. Trying to pull on the bottoms of your feet, pressing your chest against your thighs, making no space. So you'll have to bend your knees most likely. Not rounding the spine, but keeping your back straight, chin lifted. Inhale, come back to tall seat, bending your knees, placing bottoms of feet to touch for bound ankle, holding onto your ankles, encouraging your seat towards your feet. Shoulders are low, away from your ears, chest is forward. And then release the grip of your feet. Move your seat to the middle of the mat and then slowly roll down so that your upper back is flat on the mat. Knees stay bent, feet pressing down actively. On your inhale, hips tuck up, lifting for bridge, just with the legs, squeezing into your glutes, pressing your knees together so they don't splay outwards. Exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. Option to do this one more time or to add the arms. If you'd like to add the arms, place your palms on the mat beside your ears, just above your shoulders, fingertips pointing towards shoulders, elbows pointed up to the sky. And on your inhale, you'll lift into bridge with your legs and press your upper body with your arms. Slowly lower back down. Walk your feet out in front of you. Bend your knees, squeeze your knees into your chest, reversing the back bend. And then when you're ready, arms and legs come out long for Shavasana, our final rest. Maybe give your arms a little stretch overhead to help you settle in. Let your breathing become passive. Anything that allows you to achieve complete stillness. Start to wake yourself up by wiggling your fingers and toes. One full deep breath in and out. Gently pushing yourself up to a seated position where we'll end class today. Give yourself some thanks and gratitude for showing up for yourself. And I thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.